Hello, aviators. This is Dahir Mohammed and Edmund McCona from UTD Aviation Solutions. Hey, Edmund. Last week in Kigali, Rwanda, there was a very, very important meeting by AFCAC, their 33rd annual meeting. And this regarded a lot of issues. But one thing that struck me was Mr. Paul, the president, Mr. Paul Kagame, spoke very, very intensely and emotionally about the Omicron virus that's spreading throughout the world. Now, the governments have put shutdown on a lot of countries in Africa. And do you think that this shutdown in the air travel shutdown will really actually contain the virus?
Who doesn't? Not at all. No more chaos, no more confusion, no more crisis. For a virus that is truly global and borderless in nature, any measures implemented must 1. Be science-based in accordance with the World Health Organization guidelines. 2. Must be in line with the globally agreed position in the Ministerial Declaration of AFCAC High-Level Conference of COVID-19 titled Restart to Recovery, the blueprint for simplifying travel, based on 3 focus areas: simplicity, predictability, and practicability.
That is very, very interesting, Edmund. I appreciate that answer. And as you know, if Africa is truly to be an open skies or a single air transport market, the governments are really going to have to get more deeply involved. And for such a reverend person like President Kagame, he was very clear, and he's such an advocate of the SAATM for Africa. And he sees the benefits. What are your thoughts on such a reverend head of state proponent really going forward and supporting SAATM the way that he has?
Yes, Daza. This is a clear affirmation of what we at UTD have always said before about the current wave of the African aviation renaissance that is sweeping across Africa. That African heads of states have now become much more alive to the fact that aviation is at the heart of economic growth, that it creates employment, facilitates trade and tourism, supports sustainable development, and is indeed a force for good.
I agree. That's a great point. Mr. President Kagame is a very, very strong advocate of the SAATM and the African Continental Free Trade Area. I think that's also very, very important. And the single African air transport market must be expedited. There's a lot of talk, but I think it's time to be expedited. And he made some great points. He said there's three specific areas that he thinks would definitely help expedite these issues. And 1 is investing in infrastructure. 2 is reducing the air transport cost. It's very expensive to travel in Africa. It's funny, the people with the least amount of money are paying the highest amount to travel. It doesn't make sense. And innovation, innovate sustainability. These points are very, very crucial in the future of African aviation. And he makes some great points. And what do you think innovation could do in Africa? Do you think it could make a big difference? There's a lot of brain drain leaving Africa, but there's also a lot of brains coming back to Africa. And I think this is a good time to start discussing that.
Daza, innovation would definitely make a positive difference to African aviation. At the pinnacle of the African aviation renaissance is the embracement of innovation by the African air transport industry to drive growth and sustainability. A spirit and initiative which dovetails and resonates so well with the ACAO 2021 Aviation Day theme, Advancing Innovation for Global Aviation Development. Together, we shall collectively succeed.